This is the fucking GCW show. I'm your co-host, Chad. With me, as always, is the Mike Bellcaster. Dude, what is going on?
Hey, yo, it's going, man. How is everybody doing? Big shout out to fucking Scott Hall, kicking
Yeah,
ass
man.
still.
Kick out, dude. Kick out at
Yeah,
2.
man. Listen, it might be a miracle, but the bad guy is full of fucking miracles. You know what I mean?
He's battled through a lot, man. I wouldn't put it
Yeah.
past him to kick out of this either.
Nah, it would be the most surprising thing in the world, but like, I wouldn't put it past him at all.
Yeah,
I'm here for it, man.
yeah, dude. And speaking of, Scott Hall and GCW,
Yeah.
his great friend X-Pac in GCW, thoughts and prayers go out to Scott Hall's friends, family, all the boys that are tied up with Scott. So
I
well
seen an
wishes,
awesome
man.
clip today of Scott Hall hitting Flip Gordon with a shitload of light tubes from like 5 years ago from GCW, and I was like, hell
Nice.
yeah.
Yes.
So GCW alumni,
Yeah, man.
We'll give it up for the big dog, but the hell yeah, fucking show was amazing this weekend, man.
Oh.
GCW Astronaut was off. It was out of this world.
It was so good. Guys, just real quick, guys, if you're listening and you like the fucking GCW show, please go to theturnbuckletavern.com. Subscribe to all of our stuff, Apple, Spotify, especially. Leave us some reviews. We appreciate you guys. It means the world. It helps us out so much. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe there, please.
Twitch,
you
name
TikTok,
it, Twitter,
all of that.
everything.
It's there.
Hit the boys up. We appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, and enough. We don't want to get all carny on you guys for like 10 minutes, so let's just get right into the show. GCW Astronaut from Center Stage in Atlanta, dude.
Man, the best venue I think they've ever done.
Okay, for anyone like who doesn't know the history of Center Stage was kind of the home of WCW for years. Like that's where they did WCW Saturday Night.
Yeah.
They did a lot of their like shoulder programming there. And I don't know what you thought, Mike, but I thought this was probably the best production. I think this was even better than the Hammerstein show.
Oh, 100%. Hammerstein had its hiccups. This was borderline flawless for them.
It really was,
which is great. And like the setup was great. Everything looked good on the camera. The audio quality better. Yeah, the audio quality was subpar. It was the best shit they've done so far.
That's been the one thing that me and you have been critical of is it's like, dude, get a sound guy.
Yeah.
But I thought the sound was great.
Yeah.
If I had to nitpick, nitpick, the only thing, and I don't know if this is an issue with like licensed music, but I wish they would pipe the entrance themes into the production audio and not just let us hear it inside the arena.
Yeah.
Like that's my only complaint with this show. And I, I might be off base with that. So it's not a critique. It's a fucking nitpick, but
yeah, it's something we would like to see. Wink, wink, nod, nod,
Brett, please.
Brett. Yeah.
But dude, even the ring, I don't know I thought the ring looked like the black turnbuckle pads, the red ropes. They've got the apron. The only thing, throw that GCW logo on that apron.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to self-promote. Talk about carny shit. They should be doing that carny shit.
Yeah, and they have such a kick-ass logo. Their logo is awesome. It looks good on that black.
Yeah, my only nitpick is I wish they would have put a curtain up for the entrance.
Yeah,
but I don't really give a shit. Like like we said, nitpicking. But coming from the exit sign, it looked a little. Could have put a little black up or something. At least cover the exit sign, right?
Right. But I thought the everything production wise seemed extremely upgraded. Even the camera quality, like maybe they were using like the in-house cameras at Center Stage, but even the camera quality looked like it was an upgrade.
Yeah, it was clear. Everything was crystal clear. I think this was like, it did not feel like a 3-hour show.
No.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's beautiful, man.
Kick-ass arena. Like just a tiny intimate venue. I love the way it looked on camera. The crowd
Yeah.
was rowdy. It took me back, man, to like, this is
WCW days. Yeah.
WCW, dude, pre Nitro. Like
Yeah.
Saturday night used to be their flagship show, and to see GCW go into that venue was very, very cool.
Yeah. No, like I love the center stage setup. Like it looks so cool on screen. Like the crowd looked packed. Everybody was just jacked and ready to roll. Like it filled out so well. Made it look even with the cage in the background.
Oh,
I thought that was a beautiful touch. I was like, hell yeah. And I was dying for somebody to use it. And it took a while for the whole show for somebody to use it, but I was like, come on, man.
leave it to Jordan Oliver to
Yeah.
use it. You watched it the night before. You watched it live, and I watched it the next day. And you had a little interaction with Emil J
Yeah.
about the Glacier shirt. We got to talk about
Uh,
the Glacier shirt, man.
we have to. Throwing it back, obviously. Big WCW guy. Emil has the best fucking drip when it comes to ring announcer gear.
He really does.
He even put out that one tweet where he's like, should I change my wardrobe because I'm announcing here?
Absolutely
Fuck
not.
no.
No, I love the vintage. The only thing I got to ask with Emil's wardrobe is, where can I cop some of that shit at?
Yeah, 100%, man.
He has some of the best like vintage wrestling gear.
Yeah, it's an art, you have to dress for success, and I think he's setting the mold for what a new age announcer can dress as.
Yeah.
You don't have to have the suit and tie all the time. Fuck it, go out there in a Glacier shirt. Rock that heritage of the stage, man.
Exactly. And it fits the brand. It's
Yeah.
GCW to the core.
Like what was it when they did what was the Detroit venue again?
Harpo's.
Harpo's, when they did Harpo's and Nash was out there promoting his weed. Like my favorite part was Emil just like sitting there and he's like as Nash is talking, he's like, hell yeah. And like him and one of the other production guys were just sitting there smoking, and like we can do that now.
Yeah.
It's 2022. We don't need to sit here behind this bullshit and like, oh no,
Right.
you can't get high and fucking bring it up. Like, he's just
Right,
calling out
right.
people's names. It's not like
yeah.
he's writing a fucking thesis.
And we'll showcase, stick around, guys, because we'll showcase Emil's love of the left-handed cigarette in our new segment, Top Fucking Tweets.
Hell yeah.
That'll be fun. So stick around for that. But let's get into our top stories of the weekend. Number one, like we have a bunch of good stories to talk about, but for me, like the top story of GCW Astronaut has to be like Blake Christian truly arriving, because me and you have said from the beginning, this kid's championship caliber.
Yeah.
He's so polished, and he gets a huge match with Jonathan Gresham for the ROH title.
Fucking believable. Like I swear, like this, no spoilers, but this was my favorite match of the fucking night.
Yeah,
like it was
lead.
so damn good. And talk about pure wrestling.
Yes,
Christensen fucking he owns that, and
Yeah.
you've seen it during this, and you're like, wow. And it was just a stellar performance. I watched it back today. Like this was something, like usually when I'm watching GCW, I have to break it apart during the weekend.
right.
This I rewatched with love because it was like, oh, I like it. Fuck yeah, let's do it, man.
It was like, I feel like this match was like we always said, man, this kid's so good. Every match, give this guy a belt at some point. But like, this was the first match where I feel like this was his coming out party of like, dude, I'm not just a mid card guy. I can go with the best. And it was a perfect mashup of Jonathan Gresham's pure style against kind of, I don't want to say high spot guy, but that kind of high flying acrobatic stuff. And it was the perfect mix.
Yeah, I wouldn't call Blake a high spot guy at all. I think he's very well planned out.
Definitely.
Like it's not high spots if it makes sense. If you're going out there and you're just spot, I think Blake Christian really owns that shit. And he works hard at making it look great and makes sense. So I'm all fucking here for it, man.
Yeah, and he what I love too about it is it started with a handshake. That
Yeah,
ROH, you got to start with the shake of honor.
love it.
And there was a promo that they played. It was kind of a hype package to get us hyped for this main event. And I have that clip. Again, we always put it over, but GCW's like hype packages are so good. But here is Blake
Amazing.
Christian building this main event with Jonathan Gresham.
I came to be the best in the motherfucking world.
This is more than just about the Ring of Honor World Championship. This is about being accepted into that category as one of the best in the world. Hey, yo, Gresh. Let's try this again.
When I met you, you told me I was a dope little wrestler. You told me that I was something special, but you know what you didn't say? You didn't say that I was the best in the world, that I was one of the best in the world. And the only way that's gonna happen is with a match, big boy. That match between him and I is something special, and it has to be done at the right time, at the right place, and for the right reasons.
Yo, this was never about championships. None of that. It was only about one thing, and that is proving that I am one of the best in the world. Tonight, Gresh, I'm gonna prove it to you.
Did he prove it, Mike?
Yeah. Shit. I mean, that and then some. I hope at some point, like, I know Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor now, but get this kid on fucking Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Get him, give him that fucking pure title.
Yes.
Like, he should have won it at this. Like, I think it was that good of a match, that good of a showcase that he should have been like, this could have been a good title change.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you want to keep that belt on your champion until the next ROH. Like maybe there's that philosophy of like not dropping a title on another promotion's show. Like,
Yeah.
But at the same time, like the story they were telling, it didn't bother me that he didn't grab it because the story was like him proving that he can hang. And dude, this whole match was like just showing Blake Christian is hard to kill. Like you're not just going to stop this kid. Like the trend, like there was an early transition in this match that I thought was incredible. Like the balance.
Yeah. That's some Ring of Honor, like pure Ring of Honor wrestling right there. You know?
Yeah, the Hurricane Rana, he stays on his feet. You gotta love it.
No, it's so cool. And like you said, like maybe there's the mindset of keeping it until that Super Card of Honor show.
Right.
You know, but like, you know how bigger of a story it would be that this young kid fucking gunned Gresham and took the title at a GCW event. I think that would make a bigger story out of it, because then you could pair up that with on the Super Card.
You have a rematch.
Yeah, and like, who cares? Let it be a short title reign, but the kid's got it. He
and
really
it's a
has
shocker.
it, man.
It's a shocker because when you see a guy with a company's title go into another company and defend it, it is a little predictable. Like you never expect they're going to drop a title in another promotion. So for him to drop it at this show would have been like a complete shocker for sure.
Yeah. That's how good the match was. It suspended your belief that it was going to be like that, and you were like, "What the fuck's going to happen?"
Oh yeah, and dude, so the one thing that always blows me away with Gresham, like I know some people say that pure style sometimes is like too technical and not exciting. I couldn't disagree more. Like the submission work that this guy, he had him in this move like a single crab and away, but he's cranking so far back on Blake Christian's leg.
Yeah.
It looks legit to me. Like you want to talk about suspending your disbelief. This is like moves like that make me think like, damn, this is legit.
Yeah. And he was stretching the shit out of him as they
Oh,
would do in the Heart Dungeon, you know.
exactly. That's
It was
Stu Hart
beautiful,
shit.
man. Yeah,
So,
but
so
awesome stuff. Great fucking work on both guys, man. Like I couldn't have been
absolutely.
more happier of watching a match this weekend. That was tops.
Yeah, and Gresham ends up slapping on that octopus submission, and he rains down elbows that gets
Oh
the ref just calls the match.
yeah,
Like they go to the ground, ref calls it. They they have the show of honor, the handshake at the end. And the thing I love though, they put Blake on the mic. He gets the mic and he gets real personal. He says he wants to peel back the curtain. And he says that people don't understand what all heart means. He says he wanted to end his life at a certain before he found wrestling. He was so down. It was such a dark time in his life. And but he said his heart said, "Fuck you, we're not done." And every match he got better. And his heart said, "I told you so, motherfucker." Every time you guys chant all heart, you guys saved my life. It was the ultimate babyface promo.
yeah. No, it literally not just sold the whole match, but like him as a not even a character, but a human. You know, like when you disconnect yourself from the character and show that emotional human side, at me as a wrestling fan, I'm buying right into that shit. I'm fucking
100%.
sign me up. Give me the paperwork. I'll put my name on whatever the fuck you want me.
Yep.
I'm here for Blake Christian, man. The dude is fucking. He's something that's gonna be huge.
Star making performance. I mean, we've
Yeah,
seen like the writing on the wall. We've been calling it for the last few shows, but this to me was like he has arrived, and this is what you want to see in a babyface. I think the sky's the limit. This guy's going to get bigger and bigger matches as we move forward. But topic number 2, I kind of wanted to touch on. This isn't a negative per se because they do have a tag division, but it's just I never noticed it until tonight when they had when they had the young boys come out, the 2 tag teams of the young guys.
yeah,
And there's a lot of mixed tag teams, like people tagging up. I mean, we have Bussy, we have Second Gear Crew, we have Hate Club. The Briscoes come in and do matches, but it's not necessarily a critique, but I think I would just love to see GCW with Brett Lauderdale forming some young tag teams. And I think Brett could really build something special for the tag division in the indies. Like see some
yeah.
unified tag matches more on their cards. What do you think? What do you think about their tag division as far as like mid card tag teams, not the top tier guys fighting
No,
for
for
the
sure.
title?
Yeah, like the Briscoes do a good job, and like they always pair the Briscoes with like these one-off guys coming in. Like we seen the Fatus last time, and like we get into those little spots because those are spots. It's not the Fatus aren't going to be on GCW every fucking show and stuff like that.
Right.
I would prefer to get like a more familiar tag division. I think that's the issue is it's that we got like it's just randomized.
Right.
It looks like somebody's hitting fucking, random hit Y while you're picking your characters on SmackDown and see what happens. It's like, oh, cool. We got Briscoes versus Billy Gunn and fucking X-Pac. It's not like you're not getting a familiar thing. Like it's not, Ninja Mac and Gringo Loco being a tag team.
Right.
I would like to see some more familiarity to it. But I don't think it's a terrible thing because they are technically an indie promotion. I know they're a little ahead of the curve. Obviously, they're doing pay-per-views, all this shit. But like, I feel like they could work on it a little harder instead of just doing one tag match a show. Give us 2. You show us, give us like, oh, we're gonna have, whoever, but like we'll get Bussy versus so and so tag team for a number 1 contendership for the tag titles.
Right.
Do more of that. Like we need a little more basis here.
That's me. I'm with you. It is an indie promotion, so it's not like they're signing in anyone exclusively. But at the same time, with their singles division, they do such a great job of building stars like Nick Wayne, Jordan Oliver. It goes on and on and on. Gringo
Absolutely.
Loco, Ninja Mac. I would like to see a little more of that because I'm thinking of independent teams on the indies like Waves and Curls, the Hughes Brothers, the Outrunners. There's so many like tag teams that I would like to see a little more work fleshing out the independent tag scene in GCW.
Absolutely. Listen, there's the independent division, if you wouldn't even call it that. It's a well of talent.
Yep.
You could pick anybody from anywhere and make it more consistent.
Right.
You know, and I think that's just what they need to do. I would love to see more put together stuff for the tag division. I just feel like they lack a little bit on it, and it's not shitting on them. They just got to work at building. Instead of doing a fucking scramble match every show, which the scramble matches are awesome. They're one was, great. Yeah, they're fun. They're watched. They're awesome. They put everybody over, but like give us. Maybe a tag team scramble would be fun put some stipulations on that shit, you know?
Well, I think
I'm here for it.
I'm with you. I think like we always talk GCW to me is the pinnacle of independent wrestling. Like it's the top indie promotion in the States. So you're showcasing a lot of those young singles guys. I think it would be fun to see a lot of these other independent promotions funneling some of the best of the best tag teams into GCW. And maybe this is a promotion thing because I know like Vince wasn't high on tag teams because with tag teams you have to pay 2 guys. So maybe it's like a money thing and I'm speaking out of line here, but
that's exactly why I said ditch the scramble match one show.
Right.
Because you're paying fucking 8 guys, 6 guys. You know, it's already a clusterfuck. Not in a bad way. I love the scramble matches. I'm not shitting on those, but substitute them once in a while.
Right.
Maybe once a month we do a scramble match. Maybe, you know, the next show, do a tag match, you know, pay the 4 guys their dues. And I guess in a promoter's mindset, it's obviously going to be way easier to build solo acts over putting over tag matches because especially on the indies, you don't know who's available for what. A lot of these indie workers are working, you know, they'll work Chicago one night, they'll be in New Hampshire the other, you know, they don't have a schedule. They just fucking work. They need money, you know?
Right.
So there's got to be some pad the lope going on there.
Exactly.
As the cool kids say.
Yeah. So since we're talking about tag teams, let's get into the tag team controversy in the main event of GCW Astronaut. It was Second Gear Crew. We had Mance Warner returning to the ring with Matt Justice against Hate Club, Matt Tremont, and Nick Gage. I have you always got to play this on the show. I feel like this is a necessity, so I have to just play Nick Gage coming to center stage.
His Atlanta debut in front of his family. Listen to the ovation. Nick Gage in center stage to defend the Game Changer Wrestling World Tag Team Championship. This is
it's a trip. It really is like
center stage.
Seeing Sting come out in that arena,
right?
Right. And then he cut to Nick Gage with the bandana around his face. It's fucking wild, man. But awesome. I love it. And you know what's funny?
What?
That might have been the one thing that like hindered in that arena was Nick Gage's entrance because we're used to everybody bum rushing him and shit like that. And he's like, my motherfucking people, you know?
Yeah.
But it was still cool. He made it work. He walked out to the crowd. He flourished his gimmick. It was fun, man.
And you know whose entrance theme is slowly becoming one of my favorites is Matt Tremont coming out to Journey Separate Ways.
Yes.
So good.
It's a trip, man.
It's epic. But and you know, the man, the king, the fucking god of this shit, Nick Gage killing it. The match was absolute chaos. So let's run down what some of the things that happened in this match. First, we had a prosthetic leg. Nick Gage hits Warner with a prosthetic leg.
It was a fan's leg too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a fan's leg.
I loved when he picked it up and he looked at it and he's like, "Well, fuck it, like let's go."
right.
Shoe's still on. I'm gonna hit him. Like fuck it, the kid will love it. He'll autograph it. Like
Yeah.
it was fucking great, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Nick Gage match unless we had light tubes, and bringing light tubes to center stage, I mean, completely surreal. But they went at it, dude. There was dust in the air.
It was crazy. This is great. This is like, this clip sums it up, man. You want to know how good AEW or not, GCW was at center stage. This was it. This was the most extreme shit they did the whole show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It got crazy. And you'll see in this clip the dust cloud hanging in that arena. It's like
asbestos everywhere.
Just a
whatever the hell is in there.
It was fog.
Yeah, it was crazy. They did so much here. The fork spot.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
The fork spot was intense. Tremont, I mean, Mance Warner pounds the fork into Tremont. Tremont stands up and that fork just hangs in his forehead.
Freems was getting disgusting at this point. He was like, "Nope, this is why I don't watch fucking deathmatch." It was like, this is great. Like, it's sticking in his fucking forehead, man.
Wow.
Like, I loved when he shook and it wiggled a little bit and then it fell out. Like, I was like, oh god damn, dude.
Yeah.
It's great.
And obviously,
fantastic.
You have Matt Justice in a match. You have to put him on something very high and have him dive off.
Hell yeah.
Crazy spot.
Great shit though. Like, man, talk about trying to up it up on Sting. Like,
I know. It's like, I'm going to one up you in center stage.
Oh, it was fantastic. This was a fun match, man.
And that's the thing too. Like, GCW is more of a smorgasbord than just deathmatch wrestling. We had the ROH pure match with Blake Christian and Gresham, which was solid wrestling, and then you have just this car crash at the end.
Yeah, and this, like I said, this was the most deathmatch thing on the card for this whole show.
Yeah,
and this show went by so fucking fast.
It
like,
really
I was like,
did.
wow, and I was like, by the time it was over, I was like, oh shit, like, oh, here we go.
They didn't even have a intermission. They paced it really well.
They did a real that was, I will give them mad fucking props on that. There was no time wasting. Right. And I'm not saying an intermission's time wasting. People got to piss, you got to clean up the ring and stuff, but save the death matches for the end. That way it goes by like 1, 2, 3. Like the flow of the show was beautiful.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And so the finish of this match was a double pin. We had Gage pinning Mance Warner, and we had Matt Justice pinning Tremont, and the ref determined it a draw. So the championships do not change hands. And then they announce at Joey Janela's spring break on WrestleMania weekend, we're going to have a triple threat tag team match for the titles. Second Gear Crew, Hate Club, and the Briscoes. That is going to be a wild, wild match.
Yeah. Talk about insanity.
Oh,
I'm here for it. I'm so pumped for that.
Oh, I know, man. And I love they took a camera guy after the show out back, and they tracked down the ref, and they asked the ref, what's going on with the finish? Explain yourself.
Max Recon, who did you mean to count the 3 for tonight?
I meant to count the 3 for the winner, but both teams had somebody pinned, and that makes it a draw. I didn't want it to finish that way. It's out of my hands. One person's losing, the other person's winning on each side. That makes it a draw. Now I'm going to take some titles to Dallas and let them figure it out there. Sorry.
Such a ref move.
Right.
Who'd you be the pin? Whoever won the match, man. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I was only half paying attention. Like
A very scientific approach. Well, whoever got pinned, they
Yeah.
won. Okay.
Like, thanks, Chief.
Thanks for the analysis, dude. Next, this is a story that I almost forgot about, and you had texted me about this the moment it happened, and you read about it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we got to talk about this because one of the guys, we're 8 episodes into the GCW show, and we were really, really high on Atticus Cogar.
Yeah.
So, like, you send me a message and say that Atticus Cogar is no longer with GCW. Now there's Atticus.
Yeah.
And
Crazy, man.
I guess he did an interview, and we have some of the blips from that, like where he talks about it had nothing to do with the booking. His departure from GCW. Yes, I'm gone from GCW. It's simply because me and the office don't see eye to eye on the way business is handled. The locker room is extremely toxic for someone who has battled drug issues. It's toxic for someone who has battled with mental health issues. This is all strictly my point of view. I'm not speaking for anyone else in Game Changer Wrestling locker room. If others don't feel that way, that's on them and that's fine. It's got to the point where my mental health is bad, and I was doing every GCW show, and I was very loyal for the exposure and Brett, speaking of Brett Lauderdale,
Yeah.
because it got me where I am today. I'm very thankful and grateful for that. We didn't get along towards the end. My ultimate goal in pro wrestling is to be able to make a living off of pro wrestling. With my new opportunities, I'm able to do that. If I stayed in GCW, which I like wrestling for GCW, so I'm not going to bash them as a company running shows, it just got to a point where I wasn't having fun anymore, and I didn't like being there. Another reason why I decided to step away from GCW is I didn't like how the people who I was close to were treated. I didn't like how Ricky Shane Page was treated, and I didn't like the way everything went about after War Games. It's not my business to speak on, and I won't. I didn't like it. Eddie Only still hasn't been paid for Hammerstein. There are little things like that. People were being disrespected. I didn't agree with that and the way things were handled in that aspect. Pretty
Loaded.
That's you're shooting your shot like at the company for the public to read. What'd you think of Atticus speaking on that?
I don't know. Part of me, like watching the last couple matches he's been doing, last couple shows we've been covering, he looked like he was having a great time.
And it looked like they were pushing him.
Very much. I mean, more so than half the roster. He could have a Tony Deppen spot. I'd understand, and that's not a dig at Tony Deppen because I fucking love Tony Deppen. But I just don't know, man. I don't know where. I don't know where you draw the fault line. I get maybe the being hard for somebody who's in recovery.
Yeah.
Okay, totally understand that because it's wild, wild west on the indies. And that's nothing you can control. It's not going to fix going to fucking, any other state and running their local independent company.
Right.
Because it's the same shit everywhere. People are partying.
Right.
It's their time of the week to fucking party, But the mental health thing, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, what are you trying to stand up for besides, like, nothing? It sounds politicky. The backstage spot is not where you're, it damaged my mental. When I work indie shows, my favorite part of the month is getting there because I get bombarded with the best fucking friendships I have. I get hugs. I get, how you do it. People care when you're working with them month to month to month to month, fucking, if not week to week. So
right.
I just don't know where he's pulling. It's a little fishy. It's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But I love Atticus, man.
I'm with you. I mean, at the end of the day, what the fuck do we know? We're not in that locker room. Like, it's his own
100%.
personal response to it. But at the same time, like, it does make me wonder. Remember that killer promo he did, the killer promo vignette in the build up to Hammerstein that we we loved that promo, and it was speaking to a lot of like, hey, I'm not on the card. We built this company, and you're not giving us. I feel like there was a lot of like him really shooting from the hip in that promo.
Yeah. And like
And
for his defense, the Hammerstein card was not the best card we've seen for how big of a show it was supposed to be.
right,
It could have been better, but it wasn't terrible. Even Brett said, I got fucked over because I was listening to the wrong heads.
right,
But that's understandable. You're
Yeah.
doing your first big shot pay-per-view.
exactly.
You know, I'm sure when ECW did fucking what was it? Living Dangerously was the first one. Am I wrong? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So when they did their first Living Dangerously, I'm sure that did not go 100% how everybody wanted it to.
Right. It's
You
new
know?
territory.
Yeah, the Two Cold Scorpios were probably like, "What the fuck was that? Why wasn't I on the show? I've been here
Right.
week to week. I've been doing everything." Like, it's understandable frustration
Right.
is where I'm with it, and I get it.
No, yeah. And well, Brett Lauderdale, owner of GCW, he had things to say in response to all the words that Atticus said in that podcast interview. He went on to talk about his relationship with Coger. He said, I was Atticus's biggest fan. I told Ricky Shane Page early on that I thought Atticus was a star and that I had major plans for him and that he could be the face of GCW. All of these plans were in motion right up until the final day that Atticus worked for GCW. I was good to him. I flew across the country. I flew him across the country, places he had never been, and in front of crowds who had never seen him. Long before he was a known name in the indie world, he stated as much. I gave him feature matches with big names, mic time with big stars on big shows that a lot of people in our locker room would kill for. I did this because I believed in him and thought he had the potential to be a major player in GCW for years to come. There is a process for everything, and it takes time. Patience is a virtue. The process was moving, and everything was going in this direction and accelerating quickly until his final day. Brett spoke on why Coger and GCW parted ways. He said he wasn't fired for any of his opinions, beliefs, or frustrations that he may have relayed to me in regards to storylines, bookings, or matches. All of those are normal wrestling discourse. Anytime we're not on the same page, I had an open line of communication with him. I deferred to him and took his input as far as storylines go on much more intensive level than 99% of the rest of the roster. I included him and involved him in almost everything he did in GCW, and he was usually very happy with all those things and would thank me for that. He wasn't fired for those reasons. Ultimately, the decision was made to part ways with Atticus for a different reason that is far more serious and related to something that I cannot and will not discuss. I know that is not helpful for the public discourse, but Atticus knows what the reason is and what it's about, and he knows that his reaction to our conversation to this matter is ultimately why this relationship ended. On if he would be willing to work with Coger again, I can't see a scenario where that would come into play, at least not under the current circumstances. And on Atticus alleging that the locker room is toxic for those with drug and mental health issues, Brett said there are times when the GCW locker room has adopted a bit of that rock star lifestyle. These guys are working hard and are on the road every week, and they like to have fun in their own way. This is not exclusive to GCW. It happens in any wrestling company or form of entertainment or sports. They are grown-ups who like to do what they do on their own time. They are not employees or contracted. There's only so much I can do. With that being said, for the most part, everything has remained mostly professional. And finally, with what Atticus said comes a certain level of hypocrisy. It only adds to the list of reasons why I had to make the decision that I made. The folks around him have not contributed to a healthy workplace. Issues that we've had with partying was fueled in many ways by the people Atticus is working with. Nobody wants a toxic locker room or to be a part of a culture that feels unsafe or dangerous. That includes me. To portray us as having something that is unique or completely unchecked is far from true without realizing that people around you may be part of that is hypocritical and disingenuous.
Yeah, man.
Whew.
Loaded. Absolutely loaded. Take a breath.
Seems like a lot of reading there. Sorry, guys, but I felt like we had to get out both opinions. It would be unfair to either man not to say what they said.
Yeah.
It's we're just two fans reading what has been said, but it seems like there's something going on around Atticus that he's kind of painting the entire company as, at least from Brett's point of view. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. I
And
hate to
Brett's-
see Atticus gone.
Oh, me too. Absolutely. You're talking about star quality. But what Brett said kind of echoed what I was just saying. It happens everywhere. You can't just call a black sheep when there's a whole field down the block filled with fucking black sheep, and like it happens no matter what you're doing. And it's not just wrestling, it's every form of anything. Rock star lifestyle, you're a sports guy, you play football, they all get fucked up in their own terms and ways and do whatever they want to do, and it's nobody's place to disclose that,
Right.
to call out how the GCW game is. I 100% agree with what Brett was saying. I feel like they put Atticus in this big glowing light and they didn't handle it, or not. He didn't. I think he took it for granted, because I felt like every show we were covering, he got better and bigger spots.
He was one of the top heels in the company.
Absolutely.
At least from my vantage point.
Yeah, something must have happened though that like he just wasn't down the fuck with.
Right. Yeah,
that's what it seems like, and he caused some bullshit, because when Brett's like, I'm not looking forward to work, I won't work with him again. Like that, that's fucking mind blowing.
It seemed like in his current state, I would not be like something has to change with how he is right now for me to work with him again. And there's a saying, wherever you go, there you are. It's like, it's one of those things where I wonder if what it seems like what Brett's saying is he has problems around, maybe not him, but the people around him. And if he takes them to another company, is it really going to change? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Again, what the fuck do I know? We're sitting on stream talking about GCW. We're totally removed, but just wondering aloud,
Yeah. Well, you can't piss in your pool if you're taking the pool with you.
Right.
Right. The whole point is let somebody else swim in it. It's not a so. Right. I'm kind of on Lauderdale's side with this, because everything he said was it sounded transparent. 100% he could be bullshitting. Don't get me wrong.
It sounded
both of them could be bullshitting, but it sounded very transparent, and he sounded like he was transparent with Atticus about all the booking and all this shit. Mm-hmm. And obviously he was on. He was strapping the fucking GCW rocket to that kid's back, and we both felt it.
Dude, this is episode 8 for 7 episodes. And he was I know he was on the first one we did, Blood on the Hills, because he had that epic match with the Flames with Jordan Oliver. From that match until, the last episode we did, I felt like every week we were like, man, this kid's becoming one of my favorites on the show. He's growing.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So, unfortunate.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully we get to see both sides work out something. Yeah. Not even to an agreement, but like, I don't want to see Atticus Kroger go straight indies and we never see him again. And he turns into like, the Headbangers or something like that. I want more of it. And I think the kid's got a fucking future. Yeah.
Yeah. It is pro wrestling. If they mend the fences and he returns a year from now, you got that huge return.
Yeah.
So let's hope
he's working the Cody angle.
Yeah, he's working the Cody angle. Yeah. Next story, our second to last story, is the build to Cardona and Dickinson at spring break.
So good.
It was so good because I love that they used Mike Jackson,
Yeah.
Action Mike Jackson, like this incredible threat, and it's this 70-year-old man who crushed it, dude. He crushed
He
it.
fucking crushed it.
It's Cardona at center stage,
Buzz
carrying all
Lightyear
of his
themed
belts.
gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, his what is it? The Digital Media Championship.
Worst name for a title ever.
Fucking absolutely. Like I would have preferred Social Media Championship. Digital
Right.
Media. Like what the fuck does that even mean? Like you're talking it's only
Right.
video online. It's not don't you can't talk about it.
Yeah.
But I mean obviously he's carrying the most prestigious title outside of AEW and WWE, the NWA title.
Oh yeah.
And like and he's being that cocky prick that Cardona's been great at being this last year and a half.
Yeah, he comes
I'm
out.
loving it.
He calls Brett Lauderdale a leech for leeching off of WrestleMania weekend. He says I found the toughest man I could find, wrestling for over 50 years. I'm talking about Action Mike Jackson. And Cardona tells him to lay down at the bell. He does. Cardona goes to pin him. Jackson gets a 2 count, roll up on Cardona. It was an okay match. I love Action Mike Jackson hitting a fucking suicide dive on Cardona.
Yeah. Dude, he looked like $1 million actually. Yeah. Surprisingly, for how fucking old he is. Like he looks like the Russian version of Millhouse when they were filming Radioactive Man. Like, oh, how's it going? Like you got this withered old man with like all these wrinkles on his forehead, but like he walked the ropes.
Yeah.
He fucking did that suicide dive. Like he was all over the fucking place in this match, man. And it was awesome to watch.
Yeah. And this is a guy who wrestled in center stage back in the day. Like they brought him back. Cardona hits 3 running boots to the corner, drags him into the center, gets the pin. Brutality from Cardona on
those
on
boots.
Mike Jackson.
When I was rewatching it today, I was like, "Fuck, man!" Mike Jackson was taking those boots because he was not even. It wasn't like the broski boot where like the guy turns his head when he gets hit. He was fucking just like nailing him in the fucking crane.
Yeah. I love that. KG says Cardona had to cheat to win and brutalize a 70-year-old veteran.
Go Kevin Gill, man. Our favorite commentating team on the market right now.
So good. So Cardona gets on the mic, calls Chris Dickinson, his opponent at Spring Break Mania Weekend, calls Chris Dickinson a pussy. Chris Dickinson comes out. He jumps in the ring. Cardona flees the ring, leaving all his belts in the ring. And then Action Mike Jackson's waiting at the entrance and chases him back into the ring. Dickinson goes for a bomb, but Cardona slips off and flees again. And Dickinson says, "Your punk ass is going to get smoked at Spring Break." It was a pretty cool little back and forth. They're building Dickinson into a good baby face.
Yeah. No, it's great. And I love how Cardona could play that slippery fucking heel role. Like, you know, you get that moment where you're going to get some action and he slips out of the ring. He's like, "Nope, not doing it. You got to fucking pay me, Brett." Yeah. Okay. I'm not wrestling for free. Like, like it's so perfect, man. And he sells it so well because we're like, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So good little build for Chris Dickinson, his return at Spring Break against Cardona. Dickinson's a beast. He's New Japan, GCW. Love him. Dirty Dickinson, Dirty Daddy. Last thing, unless you have a couple other things to talk about, Mike, you brought this up. Will Janela get his flowers at Spring Break? We're seeing a heel Janela.
Man, that was beautiful. I'm loving the sit down with the folding chair in the ring, smoking his cigarette. Like, when am I gonna get my flowers, guys? When are you gonna come and praise me? And I loved how he was smoking the cigarette, hit the Bronco Buster,
you know, X Factor.
It's talent, man. Yeah. But like, he looks great. I'm loving the story right now, and like with the Scott Hall thing happening today, I've seen a lot of videos of Janela, Scott Hall, and X-Pac online. Right. He's a little kid and he's like, "Well, thanks for welcoming me into the clique, guys." Mm-hmm. And like, so this story just got that much richer for me, because I'm like, fuck, like I did not know about this before, so I'm like, wow, this is getting crazy.
Right.
This match could go on to be a GCW match of the year, like if it's really done beautifully, which it can be. We know how good Janela is. We know how good X-Pac is.
Yeah, dude. Like I love how he brought up Cody to get heat.
Yeah.
He referred to Cody as one. I think he said something like one of the most brilliant minds in wrestling lives in Atlanta. Cody.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I hope he gets his flowers. I want to see Janela come out of this, because I think it's gonna be really, really fucking great, man.
Well, if they're, we talked about on the last episode how when he turned, his whole MO with the turn was, they're always bringing in this talent, and I'm always putting them over.
Yeah.
So with that story, it's like, do you see him beating X-Pac at Spring Break?
I sure fucking hope so, man.
I hope so too.
He's the perfect person to put Janela over, I think, because they've worked before. It's not your first time seeing X-Pac and Janela in a ring. X-Pac looks fantastic right now. Janela looks fantastic right now. I think this is going to be a future barn burner. Like, I think this is going to blow the fucking roof off the place. And just like when Scotty 2 Hotty came and Janela and Scotty 2 Hotty put on this, one of the best matches of the year so far.
Yeah.
And it was Scotty 2 Hotty.
Yeah, man.
No shot at fucking Scotty 2 Hotty at all, man. But like, it's crazy.
And he let him go over. And I feel like, he's made, when he was babyface, he was always putting guys over. I would love to see Spring Break be the start of Brett and GCW booking Janela like MJF is booked in AEW. Book him as a heel that always cheats, squeaks out the win, and make Janela into a GCW heel on the level of what Cardona is right now in GCW.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Could not agree with you more.
Yeah. So that's all the news I have. If you have anything else to mention,
I got a little note. Like, I'm pumped for Suzuki to come back. I think he's going to be doing great shit. And that's about it, man.
Yeah. So we'll move into our new segment.
GCW top fucking tweets.
GCW top fucking tweets.
Yeah, who's here to see some top fucking tweets from some top people in GCW? Because I am. I was having a blast with this, man. I think this is fun I have preparing for a podcast.
So we got 10 tweets that me and Mike have curated across the Twitterverse from all GCW personalities. I'll go ahead and let you take over, Mike. Here is the first tweet.
All right, so we got the MLJ, our favorite fucking ring announcer from GCW. He goes, why they got Reggie dressed up like a blackjack dealer in a McDonald's themed casino?
It's so good.
He's I feel like he's on that borderline of fucking stoner comedy, but like brilliant.
Yes.
So if you're ever bored as shit watching like a Raw or anything, check out go to Email's fucking page on his Twitter, man. It's at the MLJ. He wins the showcase for tweeting for me right now. Like he's got multiple
tweets. He's got multiple tweets. So stick around. Tweet number 2.
Oh, so we seen Hot Sauce Alex Zane get brutally fucked up in that death match a few weeks ago. It feels like a few months ago, whatever. But he got his arm ripped up. He takes a picture of himself, in the mirror holding a bag of Taco Bell, and he goes, "I think I found the cure, BRB." And his eyes patched up, his arms still taped up. I think this was the night after he got beat the shit in that death match.
It was like so good. The cure is Taco Bell hot sauce.
Yeah, man. Look, he's wearing purple Crocs, yellow socks,
love it.
holding a fucking a bag of Taco Bell, and he doesn't even have a Baja Blast. I'm amazed.
The Baja Blast, I think, is in the floor.
Yeah. Love it.
tweet number 3.
Tony Deppen. Awesome. So, what's it called? Fight TV put out a tweet and it says, who will win tonight's GCW coldest? Thunder Rosa or Antonio Deppen? And Tony Deppen says, what a bunch of fucking idiots.
So good.
He could be an Antonio. He might just be an Anthony. He looks more of an Anthony to me. I don't know what you think, Chad.
He's definitely an Anthony, man. Like, I love that he just calls out the place that, what a heel move, the place that airs your matches. You just shit on them.
Yeah, they should be paying more attention to Deppen. That's all I gotta say.
Another tweet from Emil.
AEW figured out the secret to good professional wrestling. Let wrestlers bleed and do pile drivers. I don't disagree.
I don't disagree at all.
It's the best. I'm here for a good pile driver. I love good color. Emil knows the secret, obviously.
Oh, yeah. This might be one of my favorite tweets of the week. You sent this one to me coming up. This next one, it is from Joey Janela.
So, who did he wrestle before this? Do you remember? Shit. It was a good match, though. They were in New Orleans. He was obviously fucking partying afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
But the pictures, Joey Janela holding a really shittily made poor boy. Eyes are caked. He's got his glasses on, and it says, New Orleans Def got it right with the po' boy. You're probably hungover as fuck and might die. Here's some fried shrimp and mayonnaise on a piece of bread.
He looks completely hungover, ripped.
Yeah, if not still shit faced. Maybe he didn't sleep yet. But I love it. Janela is like a spark of the inner child in me.
Yeah. All right, next tweet, another one from Emil. Emil's taking the cake this week.
Hell yeah. Smoke weed and watch Lucha Libre. And after watching Ninja Mac and Gringo Loco, I fucking 100% agree with that.
I agree completely. All right. Another tweet from Tony Deppen.
So Tony Deppen's my man. I love Tony Deppen. He goes, yo, TK, I ain't asking or begging for a job. Fuck that. But don't get rid of my free subscription to the Honor Club. I don't blame him. I totally agree with it.
Yeah,
Honor Club's a great system. Fun fucking subscription service if you guys aren't a part of it. But yeah, don't take Tony Deppen's account away, Tony Khan. From one Tony to the other.
Yeah, from one Tony to the other. This was a late submission to top fucking tweets. You sent this in. This might be the best one.
So we got Tay Conte posts a photo of her and Sammy all over each other. Sammy's kissing her on the cheek. Sammy Guevara, if you guys aren't aware that Sammy Guevara and Tay Conte are a thing now, but she goes, annoying the hell out of you guys since always. And she did hashtag new profile pic, hashtag be mad. And Starboy Charlie comes out of fucking nowhere. And he goes, hope you all find out you're related.
Retweets the photograph with quote tweets it. Hope y'all find out you're related. So good.
I think I retweeted it. And I don't have a problem with Sammy or Tay Conte.
No, I love both
it's just so fucking funny, man.
Oh, that's my humor all day long. And then final tweet with the man of the week on the tweets. Emil with our last tweet of the week.
Picture of Edge after I forgot
his
he
heel
attacked
turn.
AJ Styles. Yeah, he did his big heel turn. Looks like a broken Matt Hardy, all disheveled and fucked up. He goes, this guy looks like a bootleg Dog the Bounty Hunter.
So good.
Kudos, man. Fucking awesome stuff.
Awesome. So that was our
GCW top fucking tweets.
top fucking tweets. I like that segment.
It was fun,
That's
man.
fun.
It was really fun. It's got like a talk show host kind of gimmick, like very good stuff,
It's
man.
like
Hope you guys
Jake
enjoy
Know
it.
in the news.
Yeah, Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we're gonna another new segment where we'll kind of all the matches that we didn't really get to touch on in our top stories of the week. We're gonna get to those in the Ain't No 5 Jive.
The Ain't No Jive 5.
All right, Mike.
Hell
So
yeah.
we have our best bout, which will be after this, but we're ranking our top 5 matches outside of the best match of the week. So
Hell yeah.
what was your number 5 of the week?
My number 5 was surprisingly Matt Cardona and Action Mike Jackson. That shit was fucking wild. And that old Action Mike Jackson, man, for the age, he was doing some really impressive shit in those boots. He took those boots like a goddamn champ.
Yeah. My number 5 of the week. I'll just tease it up with the entrance of one of the participants, Effy.
Of the one known and loved as Effy. What do you do?
So we get Effy, AJ Gray for the GCW Extreme Championship.
Awesome.
AJ went over, good match. He got a little smooch on him at the end.
Yeah.
Gave Effy a little smooch. Big fan of both of these guys.
Me too. Absolutely. It's on the list. Like it was such a good fucking match, man. It was fun to watch. I love the door spot when Effy was laying down.
Yeah.
It was just good stuff, man. Absolutely fun.
What is your number 4?
Well, you just brought it up. Effy and AJ Gray, man, all motherfucking day.
Nice. Yeah.
Loved it, man. I just thought it was such a it was a good change up. The pacing, like we said earlier, the pacing of the show was so done well. This was in a nice spot.
Yeah.
It was perfect, man.
Yeah, it was. Number 4 for me, I'll let you guys know what it is after we see the promo package from one of the participants.
Wow, Atlanta, Georgia. Incredible. Gringo Loco with Ninja Mac, one-on-one. Ninja Mac, you're pretty damn crazy. I gotta give it to you. Diving off of balconies, going through tables, doors, whatever you can do to expand your name. Ninja fuck Mac, right? I got a lot to tell you, man. I got the crazy bone in me too. I got that itch. I found out in Dallas how crazy I can really get, so I'm gonna put you in your place tonight in Atlanta, Georgia. Hope you're ready, because I was born ready. I was born for this, Mac. Gringo Loco is coming for you.
Awesome.
Dude, Gringo La Flama Blanca Loco is he's like a top guy for me in GCW. I love this match. Ninja Mac every time Ninja Mac comes out, I'm surprised he's not crippled from the last event.
Yeah. Dude, both of them. Jesus Christ. Like there's a few workers on the GCW roster that are like, fuck, man, how do you guys keep doing this week to week, month to month? Like it's crazy. But Gringo Loco and Ninja Mac, fan-fucking-tastic, man.
And the finish, I gotta show the finish. Wild.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. And that wasn't even like, they did a few spots like that throughout the match too, that were like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, their balance.
Much love the Gringo Loco, man, and Ninja Mac. Fuck, both dudes killer.
Who's your number 3 match?
My number 3 match is ACA, or am I right on here? Hold on. No, number 3 is Hate Club versus SGC.
I have the same number 3.
Yeah. Can't take away from it. It was a fun match. It was good. We get some death match antics. Like again, pacing really played out on the list because it was the end of the show. Perfect time. Love the fork spot. Love the fucking the no contest at the end.
Yep.
Good setup for a great future storyline. Like it was beautiful.
Yeah, perfect story told in a death match. That's why I had it at number 3 too. Your number 2 for
Number
Ain't
2,
No Jive 5.
my boy Tony Depp and We Built This City versus
Nice.
ACH, man. I'm a huge ACH guy. Loved him on his indies even before he got signed to NXT, and I'm so happy he's back. I'm glad he's not retired, and he's too young, too fucking talented. And him and Tony Deppen were a perfect pairing. Just good fucking wrestling, fun watching, back to back, hitting each other spot after spot. Good stuff. Great storytelling in that ring.
It looks like they're planting a seed for a story because ACH kind of got screwed in the finish.
Yeah.
Deppen cheated to win, and they kind of set with ACH in the middle of the ring while he's kind of like defeated. So I think we're going to see ACH take off maybe.
I am so here for it, man.
All right. So that was your number 2. My number 2 is Jordan Grace versus Allie Katch.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Allie Katch,
Honorable mention on my end. Fucking so good.
Yeah, she's the queen of GCW, and to see her take on a former Impact Women's World Champion like Jordan Grace, I thought it was, and she got the win. Allie Katch picked up the win. I thought it was big for her.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely huge. Both girls looked fucking phenomenal in this match, and I loved it. I was pumped, man. I was like, "Oh hell yeah, here comes Jordan Grace." And she's a wonder. You look at her, you're like, how are you? You look muscular as shit. You're bigger than most of the guys on the roster. Like, it's crazy. And she fucking wrestles so good. It was such a good match. Allie Katch held her own. It was just so fun, man.
I love Allie Katch, man. I think she's going to get signed somewhere. She's just a star. She's like the face of GCW for the women's division. I love it.
100% on that, man.
Who's your number 1 Ain't No Jive 5 match?
Shit, man. I have to give it to our boy Ninja Mac and Gringo Loco, man. La Flama Blanca.
I love it.
It was just so good. It might have been like one of the matches of the night. Clearly it was. It was just so fucking badass. Love the crazy ass lucha spots that these two do together. Gringo Loco is like one of my top performers here. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Gringo Loco. My number 1 Ain't No Jive 5 match is actually the first match of the night. AR Fox versus Nick Wayne.
So
AR Fox, dude, such a vet on the indie scene. Like, I mean, multiple titles across CZW, Dragon Gate, Evolve, Lucha Underground. He's wrestled a who's who, and then you get the prodigy, Nick Wayne. I thought AR Fox looked incredible. The finish was so much fun. Like, the flip off the rope, then he hits the 450 splash to pick up the win. AR looked great, man.
Yeah.
That was definitely
this was one. The best opening contest I think I've seen from GCW since we started doing this.
Oh, so much fun.
Smoked all the scramble matches. Like, we've gotten those double shots where each show opens up with the scramble, and like they're awesome. They're fun, but I kind of loved, like, again, pacing. This was a fucking beautiful opener.
Yeah,
and it killed. Yeah, Nick Wayne looked great. Both guys looked fucking fantastic. But it was just such a good match, man.
So good. So that was our Ain't No Jive.
The Ain't No Jive 5.
All right. So we've given our 5 matches leading up to our best bout. I don't think there's I don't think there's any like surprise here, Mike. We kind of blew the lead at the top.
Yeah.
Blake Christian, Jonathan Gresham.
I mean, they did talk about getting flowers. These motherfuckers deserve their flowers. This was amazing. And I'm so happy that Gresham's doing this with the Ring of Honor title.
Yes.
And Blake Christian looked fucking tastic tonight.
He really did, man.
On the show. Yeah.
He really did. Like we talked it to death at the top of the show, but this match was so good, man. If you guys only have time for one match, check this match out. phenomenal.
This is definitely my new future. Oh, what's GCW about? This fucking match right here.
Yeah. Go check out Blake Christian, Gresham for the ROH title. All right, last segment, guys, and then we'll let you get out of here.
BMF of the weekend.
So my BMF of the weekend, with an honorable mention going to Matt Tremont for taking a fork in the head.
Yeah.
My BMF of the weekend, I feel like this whole show, my main takeaway from this whole show was this was the weekend of Blake Christian. Even though he lost, like I just felt like it was a coming out party for Blake Christian. So I'm going Blake Christian for my BMF of the weekend.
Hell yeah. It's so hard to not agree with you because I do fucking agree with you, but I think this is probably my second or third time picking Gringo Loco.
Yeah, dude.
This motherfucker kills it, man. Like so good.
He came out of nowhere for me too. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know of the guy before we started doing the show, and now he's like
a
one
Chicago
of my
dude too, which is
Yeah.
even funnier because he's just the Gringo Loco, man. La Flama Blanca.
La Flama Blanca, man.
Fucking love it, man. But
Kenny Powers goes to Mexico.
I can't. Christian's the same thing. It was just so fucking good this weekend, man.
So awesome show, Mike. Like,
yeah.
Just before we get out, just want to look ahead, give you guys the schedule for GCW. March 24th, they will be back in Los Angeles for one night only, live at the Roxy in West Hollywood. Then March 31st to April 2nd is Mania Weekend. They have Planet Death, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 8, Spring Break 6 Part 1, For the Culture 2022, Spring Break 6 Part 2, The Greatest Clusterfuck, Gringo Locos, The World on Lucha, and Effy's Big Gay Brunch. Holy shit. What a weekend.
It's gonna be goddamn kid.
Yeah. Then we got a double shot weekend. April 9th, we have Paranoid in Los Angeles, and then April 10th, Devil in a New Dress in San Francisco. Then April 22nd, we'll have Find You Again in Columbus, Ohio. And April 23rd, The Old Me back in Harpo's, Detroit, Michigan. So
pumped.
A lot of stuff coming up, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the GCW show. You got anything else, Mike?
No, not at all, man. This is a fucking great show. As always, I'm looking forward to the collective. It's going to be a clusterfuck of madness that I am here for. Yeah. And right up GCW's alleys.
Yeah, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, follow Game Changer Wrestling. It's going to keep you up to date on all the events coming up, all the killer matches they have. It'll keep you up to date on all the great promo packages they put together. And as far as like going back into our Carney bullshit, please go follow us on Turnbuckle Tavern, turnbuckletavern.com. Find us on Apple, Spotify. Please subscribe. Check us out, guys. Show your support. We have t-shirts on Teespring, coffee mugs, all that good shit. We're also on prowrestlingtees.com/tavern. And yeah, check out all of our shows.
We have everything short of an OnlyFans at this point. And like if that's what you guys want,
we'll put Freeman and Tom on OnlyFans and get them doing some risque shit to hawk some merch.
Love it.
Yeah, man. But great show. Until next time, guys. We'll see you in maybe a week or two.
Yeah.
Anytime there's a GCW show, you'll find us a couple days after. Always a blast talking some Game Changer Wrestling. You guys be good.
Hell yeah.